Rocco, how tough is this one, especially considering Rodgers has been so reliable for you guys and just taking in all of the ups and downs of this game, the early lead, then kind of the quiet bats, and then surging back?
Yeah, it was, you know, it's a tough loss for sure. It's not for one, you know, it's not, you can't point to one particular thing. I think it was a game that that took a lot out of both sides. It just took a lot of effort to get where, you know, you were in a spot to win the game. And I think that was probably, you know, the most difficult part. I mean, our guys continued to battle and had good at bats, you know, put ourselves in position to win. It's going to happen. Like, you do say it over the course of a long season. You do end up saying that a lot. You never know what you're going to see. You never know how things are going to work out. Definitely a tough night for us because I think we did so many things well tonight. You know, the outcome is disappointing.
And considering the early lead and then Anderson retiring 17 of your guys straight to then see Miguel have that type of at-bat and get the home run, how nice was that? But at the same time, tough that you guys had such a stretch where you couldn't get it going.
Yeah, we obviously started out nicely and had some good at-bats, hit some balls good. But Anderson has, you know, he's pitched this long in this league because he can really pitch. I mean, he can do a lot of different things. He manipulates the ball very well. He's good at what he does. So I'm not really surprised to see him throwing the ball well. Obviously, it would have been nice to, you know, put up a few more runs after a good start. But then Miguel put us in a good spot. You know, late in the game, has the big at bat, hits the homer, and you know, we did see some pretty positive things tonight. I mean, even looking at our start from Jose, I mean, this is a good team that we're playing, and he went out there, and despite, you know, having a lot of action on the bases, leadoff batters on base and such, I thought he threw the ball exceptionally well. I mean, to be able to work through the situations that he worked through were really impressive. I thought he looked really crisp, to be honest. I think the circumstances played out in kind of funny ways where, you know, not in our favor at times, and you know, I think he found ways to get through the game that were very impressive. I was impressed with his start.
The bullpen had the fewest blown saves in baseball as of a few days ago. What do you have, but they are largely inexperienced beyond a few guys. What do you have to do to kind of keep them on track after a week like this?
You know, I think reacting to things, you know, abruptly. I mean, our guys have done a nice job. So reacting to things is probably not the way to go. You know, we've had our guys pick us up in big spots. We've used our bullpen in a pretty fluid fashion, as we've talked about. We've called on different guys at different times in the game. The guys have reacted great. They've thrown the ball great. When you're playing against good teams, you have to make good pitches, and you got to, you know, you got to get those guys out. It's not always that easy. But again, even tonight, I thought our guys did a nice job overall, made good pitches. You know, some of the circumstances, again, you know, hit by pitch, back foot. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's going to happen every once in a while. But we're going to continue to rely on our guys in those spots. And I think the consistency of the way that we treat them is probably the most important thing.
Demoralizing in the dugout, though, for a guy like as automatic as Rodgers had been, to see it all go like that in the span of 7 pitches, where, yes, it is baseball and it falls like that, but it seems like it's been falling like that more often lately.
Well, I think more importantly, when you do battle back, I think, and then, you know, you end up losing a game. Yeah, sure, it's definitely disappointing. I mean, it's, you know, to stand up here and say it's not would be lying. So that's the disappointing part. But literally, I believe Raj is as good of a relief pitcher as there is in baseball. He's a guy that's going to single-handedly win games for us, which we've seen him do many, many times, and hold, you know, really good lineups completely silent. We expect to see outings like that, you know, and we get them often from him. That being said, you know, nobody is perfect, even though at times he seems to be for long stretches. And that's okay. We're just going to continue to run him out there in the biggest of spots and watch him work.